Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today, and I'm going to cover more updates regarding the earnings call from last night. I'm very grateful to have you here because there is some stuff we have to look at, especially for those watching from Europe and for those from the United States. You might have not recognized what Elon said regarding stuff happening for the European market. But first of all, we will look into the simplification of vehicle structure. Just the insane difference between the Model 3 and the Model Y. And that is something that we have to look at because it's gonna make it much easier for Tesla to ramp up the production in Grünheide and Austin. And as we are now knowing that Austin is also producing the 2170 cells or putting them inside the cars right now, that is the point where it's very important to understand that a ramp up and scaling is easy if you have not too many parts. And this is the difference we can see here right now. I think it's just a question of time that we will see the same for the Model 3, as we all expect Tesla to do that in the future as well. But not only is that a major difference to what we have already expected from Tesla, this is not the major milestone here, but when we are looking at the success rate of Tesla right now, it's just insane. They are still looking at a 50% annual growth rate, which I do think is going to be even higher despite the issues in Shanghai. And that's what Elon said as well. It could be even 60%. And that is actually pretty good. Actually, to be honest, it's insane if you're thinking about the current economic and supply chain issues worldwide. It is definitely a very, very good result if they can achieve that. Again, the revenue grew by 81% and we have cash on hand of $18 billion. There was another $48 million going to Elon Musk, and they paid back $2.2 billion in debt. And what is very important to understand, Tesla is pretty much debt-free. They have like 100 million left, but this is all. So that is very important for future growth, taking all the cash that they get right now to invest it into the future. Very important for the European market, to come to that, what I said at the beginning of the video. We do know that Elon said the scaling of the factory and the ramp up will happen faster than in Shanghai. And this is not only because they have learned how to ramp up a production like the Model Y, but they also have less parts to put together. And this is also speeding up the ramp up when it comes to the speed, how they have to produce the cars. So very important to understand, they have time until the end of the year. That would be a time frame of 9 months of ramping up. That is something that Elon said could happen till they reach like the point where you say, okay, the ramp up is pretty much done. And so that means that we could see in Q1 next year the new Model 3 from Grünheide. And the very important part about new here is that you have to understand this would very well fit with Tesla updating the Model 3 maybe with new parts by 2023, offering here a new updated version, maybe even coming from Grünheide. This would be a very good timing to do so, as Tesla likes to do that by the end of the year almost, so always. So that is a very good point to look at as well. And we will look into the production numbers here. We have a further increase of Model S and X production, and this is also helping the margins, and that is very important for Tesla. They had already very great margins. I mean, we don't have to really discuss that. For the solar panels and storage deployment, it decreased, and that was because of supply chain issues. Again, this means that Tesla is currently actually not making any money with the Tesla energy business. But again, I think that is something that is still going to take some time, and until the moment where Tesla has the opportunity to fully scale its business without any supply chain issues, the energy business will definitely go back into profitability. Right now, it is the cost is $688 million, and on the other side, you see $616 million of revenue. So kind of round about a loss of $60 million. But I think everyone knows that the focus right now is on the car business, and the energy business will be in the future being even more profitable at some point. It's very, very, it's more likely than many people think. Well, then we're looking into the autopilot and full self-driving. We see that the Super Bowl had a major effect on orders in the United States in general, especially for the United States. And the fun part is Tesla is not doing any advertisement. So despite not doing any advertisement, Tesla was very successful in increasing its gross orders in the US. And we see that in the effect here compared to the competition out there being even more successful than anybody else out there, even without any advertisement or commercial, how you want to call it. So that is also a very good success story of Tesla, and I do expect it to continue because the brand awareness is the key factor here for success. So if we combine that all together, the challenges in Shanghai are supposed to be solved. They're going to be ramping up very quickly, and based on Elon Musk's statement, they will make one record quarter after the other one in China. He is also expecting that Tesla could achieve the same numbers like in Q1. Of course, that would be in normal circumstances not a good result because we are in a growth rate right now. But in certain circumstances, it would be an insane result, and that would be the case as we do know that they lost quite a bit of cars during the shutdown. So in other words, if they could achieve the same results in Q2, that would be a very, very successful quarter, to be honest with you. That is what they are planning to do. And then in Q3 and Q4, they're expecting a big, big increase when it comes to the numbers, especially for Grünheide and especially for Austin, that will add to the already growth rate that we have seen last year and this year without the two factories. Again, we have seen that the 4680 ramp up is happening, but it's not enough to supply all the cars with it. So Cybertruck will go into volume production next year. They will still figure out certain issues with the 4680 cells, but it looks like Tesla will be able to ramp that in this year. So next year there will be no issues when it comes to the supply chain in the battery sector. So you see a lot of good news, a lot of updates, and I would really like to have you more here. So do subscribe if you haven't done so, and I wish you a wonderful day, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.